Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to say a huge thank you to our senior athletes for your years of dedication and hard work put into your sport. Your coaches, teammates, family, and fans would like to thank you for the joy each of you have brought to their lives in seeing you set your goals and striving to achieve them. Along the way, you have created memories that will last a lifetime. Thank you and best of luck the remainder of the season. Let's meet our senior student athletes. Number 2, Jesse Steffel, parents Jamie and Jenna. Number 3, Cole Sillianson, parents Tim and Miranda. Number 6, Ty McCann, parents Ted and Jada. Number 7, Hunter Marshall, parents Tom Marshall and Tanya Thompson. Number 6, Ethan House, parents Dale and Amy. Number 8. Next up, Jackson Bruggeman, parents Pat and Greta. Thomas Skolton, parents Kelly and Stacy. Max Johnson, parents Andy and Jesse. Lake Trevere, parents Warren and Nicole. Next up, Ryan Barker, parents Jeff and Renee. Ethan McManus, parents Cody and Stacy. Colby Terpstra, parents Dan and Diane. Braden Dibdahl, parents Brad and Mary. J.T. Bieber, parents Tom. Eli Klein, parents Jason and Jennifer. Riley Pletton, parents Mike and Hillary. Brett Cady, parents Robert and Bobby. Jared Vanderbush, parents Brian and Jill. Sam Lemke, parents Gary and Kathy. Zach Bennett, parents Brian and Penny. Zachary and Val. Isaac Rodriguez, parents Imner Rodriguez and Amy Bullis. And Jory Sorensen, parents Jeff and Siri. Now for the cheer team. Reagan Bly, parents Kurt Bly, Melissa and Miles Hunsley. Riley France, parents Gerald and Connie. Grace Hanson, parents Dustin and Robin. Helena Hendrick, parents Harlan and Heidi. Keely Kielman, parents Chris and Jennifer. Ashley Lohr, parents John and Trish. Courtney Moeller, parents Steve and Artis. Madison Noltz, parents Kevin and Brenda. Brittany Ryder, parents Jared and Kim. And Emily Went, parents Mark Went and Angela Went. How about a round of applause for our senior athletes on senior night? Thank you, seniors and parents. Ladies and gentlemen, the communities that make up the Brandon Valley School District would like to welcome you to Brandon Valley High School and to Lynx football. This game, the last regular season game, features our guests this evening, the Raiders from Rapid City Stevens High School, against our Brandon Valley Lynx. Introducing first the defensive unit for the Raiders. At defensive end, number 34, a 6'1", 185-pound senior, Brock Myers. At the other defensive end, number 35, a 6'2", 210-pound junior, Ryan Brink. At defensive tackle, number 75, a 6'1", 245-pound senior, James Vandervorst. At defensive tackle, number 69, a 6'2", 265-pound junior, Jesus Jones. At outside linebacker, number 50, a 5'10", 210-pound senior, Isaac Gelson. At middle linebacker, number 38, a 6', 170-pound sophomore, Luke Cholas. At outside linebacker, number 33, a 6', 185-pound senior, Jacob DeSmit. At left corner, number 1, a 6'3", 180-pound senior, Bridger Nesbitt. At right corner, number 10, a 5'11", 185-pound junior, Joe Weber. At strong safety, number 6, a 6', 175-pound senior, Colton Hartford. And at free safety, number 5, a 6'4", 185-pound senior, Michael Norman. Assistant coaches for the Raiders, Scott Sebo, Tony Keene, Paul Ferdinand, John Crosswaite, James Vollmer, Lance Schroeder, Tyler Olson, Michael Scott, Tim Norman, Brandon Peterson, Zach Alcorn, and Cody Binney. Head coach for the Raiders, Steve Swinson. Now let's meet the cheerleaders for our Brandon Valley Lynx. Grace Hansen, Bailey Harvey, Helena Hendrick, Ashley Lohr, Madison Notes, Brittany Ryder, Lauren Ruhlman, Emily Wint, Jenica Pitts, Josie Bowers, Courtney Moeller, Keely Kielman, Emily Sample, Riley France, and Reagan Bly. Cheer coach for the Lynx, Katie Lane. And now let's meet the offensive starters for your Brandon Valley Lynx. At tight end, number 15, a 5'11", 185-pound junior, Austin Vigans. At right guard, number 62, a 6', 240-pound senior, Brett Cady. At left tackle, number 72, a 6'4", 280-pound senior, Zach Rogo. At right tackle, number 67, a 6'3", 250-pound senior, Jarrett Vanderbush. At left guard, number 53, a 6'2", 195-pound senior, J.T. Bieber. At center, number 71, a 6', 250-pound senior, Zach Bennett. At wideout, number 3, a 5'11", 165-pound senior, Cole Silliason. At the other wide receiver, number 6, a 6'1", 180-pound senior, Ty McCann. At fullback, number 42, a 5'8", 200-pound junior, Luke Wickersham. At tailback, number 21, a 5'8", 165-pound junior, Tate Johnson. And at quarterback, number 10, a 6'2", 190-pound senior, Thomas Skolton. Assistant coaches for the Lynx, Ken Anderson, Jason Bisbee, Dylan Priest, Matt Christensen, Joe Kavarcha, Justin Mashlin, Matt Mueller, Tim Sillianson, Mike Zur, volunteer assistants, Jeremy Risty, Darian Smith, and Mark Statham. Head coach for the Lynx, Mr. Chad Garrow. Ladies and gentlemen, the presentation of our colors are being performed tonight by the color guard members of the Brandon VFW Post 4726, Brandon American Legion Post 318, and Valley Springs American Legion Post 131. The privilege of this game is made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. God bless our veterans and active military and all they do for our nation and our local communities. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise for the playing of our national anthem? Proper etiquette is to remove all headwear, face the flag, and put your hand over your heart. Active duty military personnel or veterans not in uniform may salute the flag. Playing our national anthem will be the Brandon Valley Trumpet Line under the direction of Emily Hensley. Please sing loud and proud, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Thank you.
Lynx and Raiders getting set to kick off here. A 6 o'clock early start, as they always are, on the regular season finale. So here's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon Valley will host a playoff game, and it will be Thursday next week, October 31st, Halloween. If the Lynx win tonight, if the current scores hold at Howard Wood Field, that game on October 31st will feature these same two teams. Rapid City Stevens will be back at Brandon Valley for a 6 o'clock start. If the Lynx were to lose tonight, Brandon Valley will host either Harrisburg or O'Gorman at 7 p.m. And, you know, looking at how much of a struggle it was in the first half against Harrisburg, and you never know with Sioux Falls teams in O'Gorman, this, just like every game in high school football, this is a big must-win for Brandon Valley, especially to go out as a winner on senior night.
Well, you're sitting at 6-2. Rapid City Stevens looking for a massive upset tonight and being the 7th seed at 3-5. Brandon Valley right now sitting at the 3rd seed in these playoffs, and things can pan out like Kyle said just a little bit ago. We're going to have a home playoff game next Thursday evening, Halloween evening, I believe, the 31st, and so that's to do with everything that this team does during the regular season. It's all about having a really, really, you talked about, Kyle, how the ups and downs of the season, but this team just starts peaking in the last quarter of the season and rolls. You see this year in and year out, and hats off to the coaching staff for Brandon Valley. And really, I want to give a special congratulations to Coach Garrow. He is now the winningest coach in Brandon Valley history, football history as a head coach. And with 119 wins, picking up that victory last week. And so this team goes where Coach Garrow goes and his coaching staff, and they've been tremendous, and the record speaks for itself. And here we are, 6-2 again. We're going to get a home playoff game. What better?
The Lynx win the toss. They will receive. Again, congratulations to Chad Garrow, the head coach, and he's been here a long time, and he deserves it. Before we kick off, and we'll be mentioning every once in a while some congratulations for some fall sports achievements, and we'll start with boys cross country. The all-conference athletes from Brandon Valley: Eli Cheever, Jeremiah Donahue, Britton Elkin, Coulter Elkin, and Zach Henschel. Congratulations to them, boys cross country all-conference athletes. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, here's what we're going to do here because it's about to start. We'll go over our sponsors here real quick. Just a headline of the sponsors.
Yeah.
Justin Oakland of Oakland Homes, Bill Thompson, your State Farm agent, Harry Buck with Hegg Realtors, Alliance Communications, First National Bank, the Pizza Ranch, the Brandon Community Foundation, the Brandon Valley Journal, Brandon Taco John's, the Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, the Brandon Valley Athletics Boosters Club, and Sioux Valley Energy. Thank you all.
Thank you. Zach Weitzel ready to kick it off in an early start for senior night here at Brandon Valley. And away we go from Brandon Valley. This is a short kick. And, Steffel doesn't take care of it. It's picked up by Johnson, and here we go. As that is not the type of return that we were expecting. Jesse Steffel right underneath it, but he gives it to Tate Johnson on a bounce. So here comes Tommy Skolton and the rest of the Lynx offense firing on all cylinders, absolutely scorching last week against Harrisburg.
The 3 wins for Rapid City Stevens are against Watertown, Sioux Falls, Washington, and Rapid City Central.
Oh. First and 10 for the Lynx. Johnson in the backfield. And an I formation, they're going to give it to him. And I think we're going to see a lot of that. Even though that one goes for just a short gain of about 3 yards, I think this is another game where the Lynx are just going to pound the football.
Well, the wind's down. I mean, you're going to be able to take your chances. That play action, I love the play action, and the Vikings play tonight, and there's massive play action that'll happen in that game also. But this team is predicated on their play action because they run the ball so well.
2nd down and 7. They're going to give it to him again. This time he gets a little bit more room, pushes to the 20. And he's going to be about 2 or 3 yards shy of a first down as Hartford makes the tackle for Rapid City Stevens, and we're hustling here. Almost a half no huddle there.
5-yard gain on that play. That will bring up a 3rd down.
3rd and 2. They pitch it to Johnson. He's got the first down across the 25-yard line. And a nice-looking run for Johnson. And he was tackled by Joe Weber.
3 carries already, 3 straight carries. Like you said, they're going to get a heavy dose, and they're going hurry up here of Johnson.
And 3 tight end set. And it's an end-around play to Ty McCann, but that doesn't fool anybody. Brock Myers on the tackle for loss of 3.
Nesbitt on the tackle, number 1.
And hats off to that offensive line also with Johnson. We talk about how Tate's ran for, I don't even know how many yards. Maybe we'll get that later on from the stats guys, how many yards he's rushed for this year. But that offensive line also is they're just road graders. They just open up holes for him.
An embarrassment of riches over the last few years at the running back position. 2 wide receiver set, Play fake. Skolton just going to dump it off here, and it is caught at the 30. And the pass was caught by Wickersham, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 7. Good coverage.
Defensively for Stevens, I mean, they're pretty stout. They're pretty stout up front. You can see that. We're getting chunks of yards. It took us 3 downs to get that first down. We'll see if we can break it open here. Maybe a little screen pass. You know that they run that little underneath screen pass. The Lynx do from the twin side of that receiving set.
Skolton's going to roll, and he's going to throw, and that one is too tall, incomplete. As that one was intended for McCann, and that'll bring up a 4th down, and good job by Rapid City Stevens to bring the punt return team out on the field.
Yeah, Rapid City Stevens showing a little bit of defense right away in this ball game. We'll see how it works out. And the Lynx defense has been very, very stout all year, too. As you pointed out, the second half of last week.
Shutout.
Boy, did they play well.
Good bounce. This one's going to bounce inside the 25 and at the 19-yard line. So it works out well for Jory Sorensen as that one rolls, and well, basically you got the field position completely changed. You got it flipped upside down, which is always good.
So a couple tidbits to go with last year. As Skolton threw for 4 touchdowns last year against Rapid City Stevens, and the receiver on the other end was Althoff. He had 4 touchdowns. Man, that combination last year was tremendous, wasn't it?
It was lethal. A lot of good memories. First championship since '98. Pass to the right side is dropped, incomplete, intended for Nesbitt. Starting quarterback for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders is Colton Hartford, a 6-foot senior. So they got some experience back there, and I don't pay as close attention to Rapid City Stevens football as I once did, but I do know that they do like to throw the ball. They like to chuck the pigskin.
You paid attention to them?
No.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't care less. 2nd down and 10. And this time they hand it off up the middle, and that is Uriah Glenn. He's going to gain of about 3 yards on the play.
Dante Miller, number 60, making the stop for Brandon Valley.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down. Lynx have been pretty good on 3rd down this year.
Well, and Coach Garrow, he's 7-0 against this Rapid City Stevens team since under the leadership of Garrow since he started, and he wants to make it 8-0 this year.
Lynx sideline, as usual, trying to pump the crowd up here on 3rd down. A late arriving crowd. Looks like Steffel's coming on a blitz. Here he comes. Going deep. And it is dropped again. This time it was dropped by Brandon Kuhl. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Boy, I want to give credit to the Lynx defense, but Muchkanaus got beat a little bit, and well, he got away with a lucky play there.
Little turf caught him a little bit too, and Muchkanaus has been tremendous all year. We know that he's not the biggest in stature, but boy does he play way bigger than he is.
So it is Colbeck back, and with the cold weather conditions, if you remember a couple of weeks ago, everybody was having trouble holding onto the football, especially on the punt return teams. He's going to get his paws on this one. Lynx will start with good field position. Colbeck all the way to the 42-yard line.
Joe Colbeck on the return for Brandon Valley.
So much better field position to start this drive.
Offensively, continue to establish the run. They haven't established it yet. They got a 1st down on three runs in the first series, but they got to establish it. They got to continue to establish it. That's what they're good at. Can this team make them stop the run and then play action off of it?
From the pistol, that's Jackson Hilton at the top of your screen, and we are going to have some laundry on the field. And we are going to be moving backwards. Either a false start or maybe an illegal shift.
Snap. False start. Offense. Number 53.
5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Man, they're going to get caught and catch J.T. Bieber.
Penalty be first down.
And the last time Garrow was lost, now get this, Kyle and folks at home. Last time Garrow's lost in Week 9 was 2006
Wow.
against Watertown.
I remember that game, actually. I don't know how, but I do. I was in 6th grade. Here is the handoff to Johnson, and he's going to get that 5 yards back and more. He is out of bounds, and that is going to be a Lynx first down, and that's how you establish the run. And big chunks of it don't hurt either.
Welcome to Tate Johnson.
Yeah. The Tate Johnson Show.
Right. Rapid City Stevens they will get a load of him tonight. They will hate seeing 21 come at them and looking at the back of the jersey tonight.
No doubt. Didn't see any stats from last week's game at Harrisburg, but he did run the ball 42 times the last time the Lynx were at home. He's not going to have as much success on this play. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it looked like it was number 75, James Vandervost, on the tackle. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
So defensively, we don't know the stars of Rapid City Stevens defensively or offensively. We don't get those stats. But defensively, they're running a kind of a 4. It's going to be like a 4-4 defense. No safeties high, as you can see. The tight end we've talked about a lot this year should pop open.
Hand off to the right side, and Johnson's going to get about 2 or 3 yards on that play. As Gelson was there on the stop for Rapid City Stevens. Bringing up a 3rd down and 8 with the Lynx. So this would be a 45-yard field goal from this spot. But the Lynx will try to convert. They are currently 0 of 1 on 3rd down.
Big 3rd and 8.
Excuse me, 1 of 2. They hand it off on 3rd down. Johnson is going to be, boy, it's going to be close. We'll see. And it looks like he is going to be shy. Maybe by, well, it wasn't quite close at all. That's a 4-yard gain, and now it's decision time.
Well, they're going to go for it and watch. I people are going to question that play call, but I actually like it because it's going to bring those safeties still up. And I was just talking about Vegans. Watch him pop open over that safety because they are creeping to the line. There is nobody back there, and he's open. He's wide open.
Play fake pass is caught. Vegans was open, but they do get the first down as the pass was caught by Peyton Carroll. Haven't called his name much. Yes, he was open, and it would have been a touchdown, but I think Tommy just went with the safe bet on 4th down.
Well, you get the first down.
Yep.
You know, but that to me, that's going to be, until that defense adjusts, that's going to be wide open all game.
1st and 10 from the 11. They're feeding him now. Johnson, great cut into the end zone. Touchdown, Brandon Valley Lynx. Tate Johnson.
Great view from here. I don't know if you folks seen it on the screen, moving left to right, but there was just a little cut left, and then he broke it open. And touchdown. That's what you want from this Lynx team. You want to run the ball, pick up manageable first downs with Skolton, and that's what they did on this drive. Good second drive to this game.
I could squint and just see hints of Dalvin Cook.
Ooh.
It was a thing of beauty. Extra point. Yes, sir. So the Lynx strike first. It's 7-0. They get good field position, and they take advantage of it and convert on a 4th down.
Justin Oakland of Oakland Homes is the builder and developer of the lake at Aspen Harbor in the heart of Brandon. Coming soon will be great building lots and at the new Twin River Crossing development. Give Justin a call for details at 605-553-5311. Bill Thompson, your State Farm agent, is the person to talk to for all of your personal and business insurance needs. Bill is located at 312 South Split Rock Boulevard, or give him a call at 605-582-4343. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Thanks. Jory Sorensen to kick it off. There's 3 men back for Rapid City Stevens to be on the return here. Haven't seen a formation like this before. It's a line drive kick, and this will be a touchback. Boy, he's got a leg on him.
He does.
He really can. He can boom it.
And who was the kicker a couple years ago that's playing for Augie now?
Oh, jeez. You're really putting me on the spot.
Jurgens had a big
Drew Jurgens.
big
Yep.
leg. Yeah, had a big leg also, and that's been fortunate. The last two kickers for this squad is they've really had big legs, and it can become crucial. Special teams will become crucial, I would predict, in the playoffs coming up.
Well, and I always remember when I think of Drew, I always think of basketball.
Yeah.
So I think that's why we got a little bit of help up in the booth, by the way. Here's a handoff on first down to Uriah Glenn, and he picks up a couple of yards. And this Lynx defense up front was just dominant 2 weeks ago when we were broadcasting. They started pushing Harrisburg back, I think, a little bit. And Harrisburg's an impressive team. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Colton Hartford. Blitz coming. Pass to the left side. First completion of the game is caught, but great open field tackle by Jackson Hilton. Pass was complete to Nesbitt. No gain.
We were told by the stat guys earlier that this team likes to throw, and boy, do they.
Yeah.
There are attempts right now. We'll get them to you, but it's been heavy pass.
I think it's something like 4 pass plays, 2 run plays so far. Off the field late, Hunter Marceau is checking in. Mooch Canal's out. 4 wide receivers. Play fake. Pressure. And the pass is complete. Good pressure by the Lynx defense, but Michael Norman makes the catch. First down, or Rapid City Stevens.
Yeah, I believe on Keloland or KSFY. I know we're giving him a little plug here, but I've seen that Norman before in highlights.
Yeah.
I think he's one of their true go-to guys. We have to watch him tonight, number 5 for Rapid City Stevens.
So Mooch Canals checks back into the game now. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Lynx. Or excuse me, for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Looks like Campbell might be coming on a blitz. And there he's going to take off and run with it, but he's not going to get far. He's going to be pushed backwards. And I believe it was Lemke on the tackle.
He's been a force in the middle this year, as we know. The senior, number 70, Sam Lemke, but looks like one other cog of a defensive tackle, Isaac Rodriguez, has not played it down yet. It looks like he was being seen by the staff, the medical staff prior to the game. We'll see how that factors into this ball game.
Dominique Tucker checks in for Lemke on 2nd down and 12, going deep into double coverage. Ball's tipped, and it is incomplete. Mooch Canals and Colbeck both were there, so throwing into double coverage is not always the best idea, and that one was almost picked off.
And so that's going to stop the clock with 3:36 to go. First quarter, 7-0. Lynx over Rapid City Stevens.
Do you think they drop back people in coverage here, or do you think they maybe bring some heat?
To me, that last down, they brought a lot of heat. It looks like they are doing that quite a bit. We got a timeout.
And there's a timeout for Rapid City Stevens. Give Harry Buck with Hague Realtors a call at 605-366-0221 or go to harrybuck.com for any and all of your real estate needs. Harry and the team at Hague love turning dreams into addresses. Just remember the 3 rules of real estate: location, Harry Buck. Alliance Communication is the leading internet, cable, phone, and, that's it. They're the leading internet, cable, and phone. From last year, it said TV provider, but that's not what it says anymore. Is the leading internet, cable, and phone provider in the Brandon area. Alliance customers have 100% fiber to the home, and that puts them light years ahead of most homes throughout the country. Go Lynx.
At First National Bank, their student checking account is perfect for those 25 and younger. It provides convenient access to tools like e-alerts and mobile banking while on the go. They are proud supporters of all things Brandon. Like the new baseball complex, the First National Bank Field, at Aspen Park. The Pizza Ranch, they are a proud supporter of Brandon Valley activities and offer the finest pizza in town. Bring the family to their buffet before the game or order their delicious boasted chicken or pizza after the game. Give them a call at 605-582-6322.
3rd down and 12. Pass is caught for a first down by Michael Norman. We just mentioned it. And they move the sticks on 3rd and long, and that was a good-looking throw.
Well, Norman, he's come up big already in these the 2 plays this drive. He is their go-to guy. We'll see if they do try to play man coverage with, I believe, our best defensive back and Jackson Hilton. I would mirror him, take him out of the game, or try to, and make Rapid City Stevens go to the other weapons that they have.
First down, it's a handoff up the middle. Not much going there for Glenn. Maybe got 3. Well, I want to give a congratulations to the girls cross-country team, the ESD Conference team champions, as well as all-conference athletes Haley Bergen, Kylie Foss, Grayson Gruber, and Maya Wency. Congratulations to the ESD Conference team champion girls cross-country team.
Congratulations.
Yes.
So, defensively, what do? You gave up a couple yards on first down, and they go to a lot of trip set with Norman inside of that trip set on the receiver side. We'll see what they do here.
I try to stop them. On a play fake, pass to the right side, caught. No gain for Bridger Nesbitt.
So you saw a little bit of to that trip, what I say, the trip side of the offense.
Right.
You saw the little screen pass to number 1. But at some point here tonight, he's going to throw the ball and try to get to Norman because Norman took off towards the end zone. Mm-hmm. I think that's what they wanted on that play. They just didn't get it because our coverage was really good.
Yeah.
But watch that tonight because I watched Norman and the other receivers. They were trying to get downfield. They weren't blocking. They weren't truly blocking for a screen pass.
And we saw against Watertown, albeit that was very early in the season, that this Lynx team has given up chunks of yards through the air. Pressure coming on 3rd down. Pass is intercepted. It's picked off by Joey Nemec. And now Nemec fumbles, but they're going to say he was down. It's a turnover. And Hartford, we talk about the big arm. The big arm giveth, the big arm taketh away.
Well, you throw the ball, and that's what they do. They throw the ball, and there's going to be turnovers. We always talk about the keys of the game is winning the turnover battle. Right now in the first quarter, the Lynx are winning that 1-0.
Always nice to get the ball in good field position as well. Congratulations, by the way, to the ESD Conference team champions and the Metro Conference team champions, Brandon Valley Lynx dance team. Trust me, we got a lot of accomplishments to go through today.
Whew.
It's been another good year of Lynx athletics. Here is a handoff to Johnson, and it's not been that successful of a day so far for Johnson. He does have a touchdown run, but they're not giving up on it, which I appreciate.
Well, they can't. They got to stay true to who they are. We talked about it, play action. They've been successful all year as an offensive squad doing both of those things. They need to continue to do it.
I like how I say he's struggling a little bit. He's got 10 carries for 49 yards. He's averaging 5 yards a carry, and we're wondering if he's okay. Skolton going to take off, and he's going to lose a couple of yards on this play, as he would look like he tried to run and got tripped up. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 10. Rapid City Stevens defense so far really giving the Lynx a lot of headaches.
Well, the pocket broke, and that defensive line obviously isn't too bad, especially on the pass rush. And you see how big, I don't have my sheet here. How big is number 77?
Wesley Folsom, 6'6", 245.
Their defensive end on our side of the screen is massive.
3rd down and 10. Tommy for Vegans, he was hit, and it's incomplete. And that is beautifully timed by the defensive back, Michael Norman, because he hit him right when that ball hit his paws. Great defensive play.
It was. That kid's a ball player.
Yes, he is.
I'm telling you right now, he is a ball player. Is he a senior?
The
Norman, number 5.
he is. Yes, he is a senior.
Jack Rabbits, get on the phone.
Yeah. Speaking of that, by the way.
Whew, we'll talk about that.
Oh. That one's down by Ryan Dahl. College game day coming to South Dakota State University.
Boy.
Can you believe that?
I can't wait for Saturday. We're going to be up there, and just can't wait. We're actually going a little bit early. My
You might want to get there
father-in-law-
at 3 in the morning, honestly.
We're going a little bit early because we just don't know how the parking's going to go, and you just don't know the security. There's going to be heavy security with everything up there. It's going to be a
We
blast.
can't let anything happen to Lee Corso. I mean,
But
come on.
and here's the thing. Here's the thing I look at is that the hype's all about the game day. But
Yeah.
let's be honest. The hype should be about the game. That's
Oh,
number
yeah.
1 against number 3. And if you take out number 1 being North Dakota State and the Jackrabbits at number 3, and you jump in there, you're going to be number 1.
You will be number 1.
And I don't know if that's ever happened
Nope.
in Brookings country.
No, that's never happened. Absolutely not. At First National Bank, their student checking account is perfect for those 25 and younger. It provides convenient access to tools like e-alerts and mobile banking while on the go. Proud supporters of all things Brandon, like the new baseball complex, First National Bank Field at Aspen Park.
Second quarter, 7-0. Time to take control of this game as they have already defensively with 1 turnover, and that's been your leagues.
1st and 10 for the Stevens. Hartford from the gun. Got an interception already today. Pass is caught. Broken tackle. Another one. Skidding away. And it is going to be a nice-looking gain and a first down as the pass was caught by Branson Keel. And a long gain. And boy, he slipped right by the defender.
No, Kyle, you talked about that in the pregame that we would play Rapid City Stevens if everything works out tonight and everybody wins, that has to win. This team's a little bit dangerous. Not a lot of teams throw the ball as much as they do in high school football, especially in the state of South Dakota. And so it's hard to prepare for that.
Hartford, same play, it almost seems. Pass is caught again by Keel. That was at least the same route. And this time it'll be a gain of 9.
So the secondary is going to be challenged tonight, and we know that. It being in the secondary, it's going to be a challenge for Coach Christensen because a lot of teams trying to balance things, try to run to pass balance, we know. But this team's so heavy in the pass game, Christensen's going to have to dial up some blitzing to get pressure on that quarterback this evening.
Hartford 6 of 10, 56 yards and an interception. He will throw again. Parker Reed is making him claustrophobic, and he's going to run, and Steffel hits him right as he's going out of bounds. That'll be a first down for Rapid City Stevens, their plus side of the field.
And so what that does is that's going to make your defensive ends have to stay home a little bit. You can't let that containment bust either. And so it'll be interesting to see how they defend this. Now, the interception we dial back to last series, getting that interception, that's just our safeties playing well. And our safety's sitting in the middle of the field waiting for that. And I believe they're in a true zone. We'll see if they mix it up a little bit, try to get these guys uncomfortable, maybe go man a little bit on one side, zone to the other.
They're going to hand it off here, and look like it was Billy Jones, and he trips for no gain. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Congratulations, by the way, to the all-conference athletes for the boys golf team. All-conference are Matt Gusso, Emmett Hansen, and Austin Swenson. Congratulations.
You said there's a lot of accomplishments. Boy, there is. I see your sheet, and whew,
3 pages worth.
wow.
And it'll be 2nd and 10 now, as we're under 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. If you're just tuning in, Kyle Roque, Ken McCune with you here at this early start in the last game of the year. Hartford going deep right side, and it is, it's almost intercepted by Hilton. But honestly, I think the wide receiver was doing more defending on that play than Hilton was.
Yeah, you're right. Is that he was coming back for the ball. He almost thought that number 1 was going to come back underneath Jackson to the inside of Jackson there and catch that ball, because that's where that ball was. If he didn't do that, Jackson's maybe return that for a touchdown. Because we know what Mr. Hilton can do with the ball in his hands.
Oh. Basketball, football, doesn't really matter, honestly.
Right.
3rd down and 10.
3rd down and 10. Lynx looking for a big stop here after Rapid City Stevens is knocking on the door to get some points. Timeout, Rapid City Stevens.
And the Brandedy. Whoa, we are fun.
Look at me, I'm Brandedy.
The Brandon Community
I love
Foundation is a permanent charitable endowment that supports activities that improve the quality of life for all ages in Brandon and in Valley Springs. For more information, go to their website at brandoncf.org. The Brandon Valley Journal, they are your local news source, covering all 11 Brandon Valley sports every week with stories and photos. You can get all the news in print or online. So if you haven't already subscribed, do it today by calling 605-582-9999.
Sign up for the Taco John's Rewards app on your phone for lots of deals and surprises. They have new and exciting products to choose from, and it's always made fresh just for you. The good folks at Taco John's want to thank you for your business. Go Lynx. So here we go.
3rd down and 10.
Big 3rd down here, 3rd down and 10. Hartford from the gun. And we've got a flag, and it's just got 5 yards easier for Stevens to convert.
Well, Coach Christensen is dialing up blitzes. He's bringing his outside linebacker there. The outside linebacker, number 54, gets a little aggressive. You want him to be aggressive, but don't commit a penalty on being aggressive, and that's what he did. Now, 3rd and 5, they are going to go. I believe they're going to treat this as a 2nd down, because I believe they'll continue to go for it on 4th if they don't get it.
Mm-hmm. Here they come. Pass is incomplete. And once again, I think Hartford was getting a little claustrophobic again in the backfield because that pressure was coming.
Well, and that's what they need to do. You got to make him uncomfortable. That's what you should in every phase of football on defense. If a team's going to be one-dimensional like that, just bring heat. Outnumber the guys that are in front of you and just bring heat. But they're going to surprise us here, and they're going to punt. Watch the fake.
Oh, yeah. Interesting decision. Well, they called their 3rd and final timeout. Boy.
And sign up for Taco John's Rewards app on your phone for lots of deals and surprises. They have new and exciting products to choose from, and it's always made fresh just for you. The good folks at Taco John's want to thank you for your business. Go Lynx. The Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, they are proud sponsor of Lynx TV. A strong local business community is vital for the positive growth of the Brandon Valley area. Remember, when you shop in Brandon, you support all things local. Go Lynx.
The Brandon Valley Athletic Booster Club are hardworking, dedicated supporters of all Brandon Valley athletic programs, including Lynx TV. And finally, Sioux Valley Energy is the electric supplier for much of the Brandon Valley area and strong supporter of our community, including Lynx TV. They offer great service at reasonable rates. Go Lynx. And to be perfectly honest, it's hard not to like Lynx TV, isn't it?
Oh, boy. What a great thing for this community.
Oh, absolutely. For those of you just tuning in, it's 4th down and 5, and Hartford is going for it all into the end zone, and it is knocked away by Hunter Marceau. Great defense.
Great defense, great coverage.
Yeah, and honestly, it was good that he didn't catch the interception because that's going to put the Lynx in much better field position.
And the Lynx defense and Coach Christensen dialing up a man-to-man coverage, and I like that. You kind of have to go man-to-man because you can't play a true zone behind it. If you're blitzing a whole bunch of linebackers, you just got to go man-to-man and let players play.
1st down for the Lynx. They want to get another touchdown on the board here. And they're going to try to do it with Tate Johnson. and he just bullies his way across the 40. Nice looking run. Hey, congratulations to the ESD Conference team champions for the first time ever, the Brandon Valley boys soccer team. Congrats to them for being the ESD Conference team champions for the first time, and also all conference athletes. Luke Birch, I'll get to those in a minute. Second down, 2nd and 2. And Johnson's going to move the sticks here. Congratulations to all conference boys soccer athletes Luke Birch, Lucas Johnson, Mason Mattis, Aiden Mitzel, Gavin Roll, and Jesse Van Hemert. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all. Boy, when Lynx TV was born, I remember those days. We remember sitting in a meeting.
That was a long time. That was 30 years ago.
Yeah. Folks at home, this is a tremendous thing that we have in this community. A lot of communities do not have this, and thank you all to the sponsors that provide this to everybody.
Skolton going deep for Hilton. Knocked away, incomplete. Just a little bit underthrown by Skolton.
Nesbitt on the coverage for the Raiders.
And
Good coverage by Nesbitt.
yeah, the sponsors are truly, and we end the regular season tonight. The sponsors are truly what makes this happen. It makes it happen for soccer, makes it happen for football, basketball, volleyball, and a host of things. And it really, really is able to bring it to your home, or if you're sitting at the Pizza Ranch having pizza, you can put it on your phone.
Yeah. Here's Jesse Steffel, and he just can't quite get away from the grasp of Isaac Gelson. I mean, they have the games on at times at tailgaters in 212. I've been told that. I can't believe it. It's great.
Hey, it's like I said, there's a flag on the field.
Oh,
Dead ball. Personal foul. Offense. Number 72. 15-yard penalty.
and they won't get any more specific than it being a personal foul penalty.
And I think that's Ragnow. Am I correct? Number 72.
Yes, Zach Ragow.
Ragnow. He committed this week. Was it this week or last week? To Minnesota State University. So congratulations to him.
Yep.
Just do not commit another personal foul, because I think you're out of the game. And you might have to sit this maybe the second half of next game.
Yep. So good for Rogo on the scholarship, not so much on the previous play. Here's Johnson, and he's got some real estate. And he gets a big chunk of yardage back. And he gets back to midfield, and that will bring up a fourth down, and I think the Lynx are going to punt.
Yeah, so defensively, let's be honest here. In this first half with 7:25 to go, and the first half, the Rapid City Stevens defense is playing pretty good.
Very impressive, and the Lynx have moved the ball a bit. As Sorensen punts it, and it is Nesbitt at the 18-yard line.
Well, and penalties, part of this, when you get personal fouls, a lot of times it's the mental part of the game. We talk about the keys, Kyle. We talk about the mental, one of the three keys that we always outline. We haven't outlined because you've heard it for the last two times with us.
Right.
But the mental part of it.
Yep.
And there it created a lot of negative yards, and hard to pick up that third down on a bunch of yardage. I mean, third and forever.
Yep. And I thought it was second down. That was my fault because it was the penalty was after the play was over. Congratulations to the girls soccer team, Metro Conference team champs for the first time in program history, as Hartford is going to hand this one off. And a nice-looking first down run by Glenn. And he'll get about 3 or 4 yards on that one. Also, all conference athletes, Abby Bastian, Maya Chan, Callie Kochmick, Julia Kreitner, Bree Langenhorst, and Tyrese Zacher.
Congratulations to everybody in all programs.
Yes.
That soccer thing's pretty big.
Yeah, it is. The soccer team, I remember, with all due respect, at least the boys, when I was in school, had some struggles. And to see them finally, being able to win the conference, go to state, that's just a really cool thing. Second down and 7. They're going to hand it off to him again. And this time, Jesse Steffel gets him first. And it looked like it was Braden Dibdahl who cleaned up the mess. So a nice defensive play brings up third down.
And I love that they are bringing those linebackers. Boy, it's a lot of blitzing. You are seeing a lot of aggressiveness from Coach Christensen. And there's 0 on the board. And that offense that likes to throw the ball is starting to run it a little bit. You've seen 2 runs on this series, but it's really pinned them back. Now they're at 3rd and 10.
4 wide receivers. Hartford rolls. 2 links run into each other. Hartford's going to try to run for it. And it looks like he will be short. And that'll bring up a 4th down. So a gain of 5. Now they're going to give him 6, but they needed 10.
Well, this should get the Lynx back to real good field position as this first half becomes a field position game with the 7-0 ball game. But both defenses, they're both playing outstanding.
Lynx defense picking up where they left off in that second half against Hartford last week, shutting out the Tigers. So far, shutting out the Raiders. As Colbeck's got another nice return here. And he's finally taken down at the 30-yard line. So you're right, that is excellent field position. They almost shut out. Who did they play 2 weeks ago? Was it Washington?
Yeah, the Rapid City Stevens?
No, the Lynx
the
2 weeks
Lynx,
ago
yeah.
when we were at home, because we almost got a shutout in that game as well.
Yeah, it was 6 points at the end, remember?
Yep.
And so our defense has really stepped it up. If you look at the first half of the Harrisburg game, that was a little unraveling, but the second half became big, and you talk about the Washington game, almost pitching a shutout. So this defense is really playing at a high level right now.
Here's Johnson on first down, pushing the pile to right around the 23-yard line, so that'll be a gain of right around 7 yards. And they're still feeding the young man. Skolton has thrown just 6 passes.
6-yard gain, 2nd down and 4.
And that was the 15th run of the game for the Lynx. So 15 runs, 6 passes. An interesting balance. Vegans moves in to become the fullback. Play action. Skolton dumps it off. Pass is caught by Vegans, and that'll be a first down near the 15-yard line.
Austin Vegans from Thomas Skolton.
And like you said, Austin Vegans is open every single time he runs a route. It's crazy.
And to me, I mean, Austin Vegans, when you see talent and they do it, we always highlight him, but he deserves it. I mean, he does a lot of grunt work, too, at that tight end position and blocking, but he's a tremendous receiver.
Here's Johnson again, up the gut, and he pushes the pile to about the 5. Jackson Hilton coming back into the game now. They'll spot him at the 6.
They're really controlling the clock, and you got to like that. As we go down to 3 minutes to go, first half, we talked about a defensive struggle for both teams. The offensive struggle, we should say, defensive dominance, but field positions really put the Lynx in great position here.
2nd and 1. And this one gets blown up. And Johnson is going to be pushed back about a half a yard. And that'll bring up a pretty big third down here.
And so if you don't get the third down, you want to put a 2-score game up. And so as a coach, Kyle, what do?
I run the ball here.
So how about on 4th down if you don't get the third down? Do you put it at 2 scores, or you just keep on being aggressive?
We're a power football team, man. I don't think it's going to matter because I think they're going to pick it up.
Okay.
I'd probably kick it. I don't get paid enough. Full house, backfield. Here is Johnson, and he does get the first down.
You were right.
Duh.
Good job.
Thank you. You're really nice.
Man. That's
Maybe
coaching
I should-
101.
Yeah, maybe I should be the coach.
Coaching 101 right there.
It'd probably take me 40 years to get to 100 wins like Garrow did. So, or what was it, 119?
119. Wow. That's a lot.
That's a lot of games, man. First and goal for the Lynx from the 4. Johnson. Up the gut into the end zone. Touchdown, Brandon Valley Lynx. It's Johnson again. And like we talked about, they do get that 2-possession lead.
Well, and that's key. That's key going into halftime. You want to take all the momentum. There hasn't been a lot of momentum in this first half, but that's kind of a crusher for Stevens, is because that momentum rolling in. Now it's actually a 2-possession game, or excuse me, a 2-score game, and so that really puts the onus on that they like to pass. They're going to have to pass.
And the kick is good.
And the extra point is good.
Score the Lynx 14 and the Raiders
Barely.
0.
So the Lynx now leading 14-0. And like you said, it's not only that they scored before the half, but that was just what the doctor ordered as far as holding on to the football. We'll have the official time of the possession here in just a moment, but I mean, get down to 125. That's what you want to do.
Well, we talk about the offense there, but really the defense is what created that drive. The defense, putting them in that type of field positions, a great asset to have. And so we know in football it's all about field position.
Right.
How your defense is going to put that offense at the right time in the right field position, and that's what that defense did. The offensive players need to go over to the defensive players and, give them a pat on the back because they gave them great field position.
No doubt about it. And that one will go into the end zone for a touchback. ESD Conference Team Champion Softball Team, congratulations. And congratulations to all conference athletes: Hillary Behrens, Ella Ray, Alyssa Reinschmidt. And Elika Kordorchek. Congratulations. I'm sorry I butchered it. And all state athletes, Andrea Kane and Tyra Rude. On first down. Pass is caught. That's probably a good idea. Congratulations to Alika C. There you go.
From Hartford.
Feel bad when I can't pronounce people's names. Mine's not easy to pronounce either, but
Mine either.
yeah, McCune.
There's no Q in there. It's crazy. People say.
So it's not right. What I'm saying?
Yeah.
My-
I even say it that way, McEwen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there's no Q.
Pass is caught over the middle. And there's that dangerous man again, Michael Norman, who gets to the 41-yard line. No timeouts left for Rapid City Stevens. That is a killer for them because they wasted all 3 of them.
One thing in high school, though, when the chains move, the clock stops, they wind it back up.
From the 42, Hartford going deep, left side, and it is incomplete. We're going to have a flag down here. And if they call this one on Brandon Valley, I am going to be very suspicious because that looked like offensive pass interference all the way.
It did, yeah. That's just 2 players going after a football. You got to let that play out. That's my belief. But the Brandon Valley Lynx players are pointing that way, so it looks like it's going to pin them back.
Yep. So now with 25 seconds left, in the first half. Lynx leading 14-0. And we get the official call. It is offensive PI.
Ball be spotted at the 27.
And now it'll be 1st and 25 from the 27. If I'm Rapid City Stevens now, I might just call it a day here in the first half and
I would.
head into the locker
Yeah,
room.
you don't want anything, just something to become even more negative than the 14-0 here.
Well, they're going to try to throw it, and this one's over the middle. Pass is caught, and it is Norman again, and he stays in bounds.
Michael Norman,
And I
number
think
7,
they're just going to be happy to, well, they're trying to hurry up here and run a play.
Number 32 in the stop.
And now we got a whistle. Not quite sure what's happening here, but the clock did stop. The referee stopped the clock. Now we got Curly, Larry, and Mo. The referees circled around trying to figure out what's going on.
Jim just came in, too.
I don't know Jim, sorry.
Okay.
I've never really seen the Three Stooges, but
Well, Jim came in there, and he's controlling it here. They're going to explain it to us. No, they're not.
no.
No penalty for ineligible downfield. The pass was behind the line of scrimmage.
Cool.
All right.
No penalty because behind the line of scrimmage. Okay. 7 seconds left. Hartford. Intercepted. Joe Colbeck. Colbeck to the 43, and the second interception from the hands of Hartford. We got a late flag. This will be, probably.
Flag every play.
And can the half
See.
Here's the question here. Can the half end on a penalty?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
Because if it can't, both teams have to stay on, and the Lynx will have the ball. If it's now, it's going to be after the interception, so it's going to be after that play.
And if there were
as a
triple zeros,
continuance.
yeah.
But I just don't know if we're going to find out here if the half can end on a penalty.
After the play, personal foul. Number 9 of the offense. That penalty will be assessed on the second half kickoff.
Okay.
Okay.
So the penalty will be on the second half kickoff. And instead of the band tonight, by the way, 14-0 Brandon Valley, we've been going through all these teams and their accomplishments from this fall. So what we're going to show you for at least a little while here before we break down what's going to happen here in the second half, we're going to have you just take a look at all of the people that I've just been naming as all conference and ESD champions and whatnot. But before I do, one more quick one, girls tennis. And by quick, I mean not quick at all. ESD conference team champions and a best ever fourth place finish at the state meet. And we have all conference and conference champion athletes. Tashlane Badger, who was all conference. Mary Pelletier, all conference and conference champion. Addie Jackson, all conference and conference champion. Michaela Jerky, all conference and conference champion. Bella Schultz, all conference. And Tana LaFelt, all conference and conference champion. We'd also like to recognize a special accomplishment by Tana. She won over 200 matches in her career, over 100 each in singles and doubles competition. She's being presented with a plaque to commemorate this accomplishment. 14-0, Brandon Valley. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to Brandon Valley High School. Kyle Roque, Ken McEwen are back with you. 14-0 Lynx. Defensively, the Lynx have been absolutely spectacular in this first half, and they are looking to continue that in the second.
Yeah, as we go over maybe a couple stats here, Thomas Skolton, 4 for 7, 46 yards, no touchdowns yet. His longest pass, 18 yards. Rushing so far for your Lynx is Tate Johnson, 16 carries for 84 yards, as long as 18 yards. He's averaging 5.3 yards per carry. Key is that he's finding the end zone. He's got 2 touchdowns, and that's why we have a 14-0 game. Defensively, for your Lynx, right now you're looking at leading tackler Jesse Steffel with 4. No sacks for your Lynx. Surprising, but they are getting rid of the ball quick. Stevens quarterback. And Steffel with 4, and then we have a host of players with 2. Over on the other side of the ball with Rapid City Stevens, they are throwing the ball a lot, 18 attempts. They've completed 10. Good completion percentage, but 2 interceptions has really hurt that offense. And Hartford, the quarterback, he's got 92 yards. And the key to that is that you want to look at is that they're only averaging 5 yards per pass on those completions. So if you look at 5 yards, that's really, you're not giving up the big ball.
Right.
And that's where the interceptions are coming from. Receiving, we talked about Michael Norman, 4 for 52 yards. He's averaging 13 yards per catch. And number 9, Kuehl has 32 yards receiving with a 16 average. Rushing, there's not going to be a lot of rushing stats, I don't believe, from the Rapid City Stevens offense. Glenn has 4 rushes, 4 attempts for 4 yards. And so we bottled them up quite a bit with 16 yards, 8 attempts total for 16 yards. Defensively, on the other side of the ball, Isaac Gielson, I believe, has 4 tackles, and then a host of players have 3 tackles. So we're winning the turnover battle, which we need to do. Other than that, it's 2 turnovers to nothing. And you just got to keep on running the ball offensively. Don't you believe that, Kyles? Is that what we have to do? And also, defensively, continue to make their quarterback get rid of the ball quick. He's got to. But ultimately, what's going to happen is that's going to, well, they're going to do a presentation.
Yes, and I was just going to read about
this.
Go
Go ahead.
Okay. The ESD Conference annually awards ESD Award of Merit recognition to those who have been involved in promoting professional ethics, furthering the goals of interscholastic sports and promoting positive conference relations. Mark Stadium, Brandon Valley teacher and coach, is being recognized with this award. Coach Stadium has been at Brandon Valley for 25 years, where he teaches chemistry and has been an assistant coach in track, football, and girls basketball, and was the head coach of the girls basketball team for the past 22 years. During that time, his teams won 4 ESD conference championships, 2 state championships, and had a 1 state runner-up finish. He was the SDBBCA Region 5 Coach of the Year in 2007, 2009, and 2011, and the SDHSCA Girls Basketball Coach of the Year in 2011. Last year was his 30th year as coach and 26th as head coach. As a head basketball coach, where he finished with an overall record 316 and 268. His wife Marilyn works as a counselor at Baltic High School, and they have 2 sons, Nathan and Drew. Statham retired from basketball coaching last spring, but will continue to teach and work as an assistant coach in the football program. So congratulations on the retirement of Mark Statham as the head coach of the Brandon Valley Lynx, and, of course, congratulations to him for winning the ESD Award of Merit. So congratulations once again to Mark Statham. We're just about a minute to go here before we kick off the second half. between the Lynx and the Raiders. Thanks again, Ken, for going through the statistics of the first half of really just a very quiet half overall for both teams. We have seen Colton Hartford try to sling it every once in a while. And he does have a big arm, but he was picked off twice in that first half. So it'll be, remember right before the half ended, we had the personal foul penalty. That's going to allow the Lynx to kick off actually on the Raiders side of the field at the 45-yard line. So Sorensen just getting ready here. Lynx leading 14-0 on senior night. And now we got a stoppage here. No time on the clock yet, but there we go. So we'll try this again. And this one will go into the end zone for a touchback. Just a reminder for everybody, Brandon Valley will host a first-round playoff game regardless of whether they win or lose this game, and it will be Thursday, October 31st. That's next week. It doesn't matter. With a win, if current scores hold at Howard Wood Field, the game will be against the same Rapid City Stevens team for a 6 o'clock start. First down and 10 for Hartford. And they're going to hand this one off on first down, and a good-looking run on the first play of the second half by Glenn. Be a gain of about 6 yards on the play. If the Lynx lose tonight, they will either host Harrisburg or O'Gorman on Thursday at 7 o'clock. A couple of quick scores. Lincoln is leading Rapid City Central 52-42. And Sioux Falls O'Gorman is beating Harrisburg 34-8 on a pass left, incomplete. Not sure where they were trying to throw the football there, but it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 as this Lynx defense continues to pound. They have gotten pressure on Hartford a lot in this game, but have not registered a sack as of yet. And we'll see if they bring any heat here on 3rd down. Aiden Lloyd in at defensive end. Jesse Steffel looks like he might try to bring something. And nope, he's going to fall back in coverage. Hartford is going to get the first down as he reaches out past the 30-yard line. And we've seen Hartford be able to throw the ball well in this game, even though he does have a couple of interceptions, a couple of dropped passes in there. But he's been quick. He's ran the ball a couple of times. There's been a couple of designed runs, at least one. And that'll bring up a 1st and 10 for Rapid City Stevens, trailing 14-0. They did get across the 50 once in the first half, but other than that, they've been pretty silent offensively. Play action, and in the pass to Nesbitt is caught on a screen. And it'll be a gain of about 8 yards as he was pushed out of bounds by Jesse Steffel and Joey Nemec, who, by the way, has an interception today.
On the carry, knocked out of bounds by number 27, Joe Kovac.
That'll bring up a 2nd down and 2.
Ball spotted at the 38-yard line.
From the 38. Three wide receivers at the top of your screen, and a play action and another screen, and it's caught. And a nice gain as the Raiders get across the 50 as the pass is caught by Keel. So Branson Keel moves the sticks.
Hold back on the tackle.
And Rapid City Stevens is starting to threaten a little bit here. First and 10 from the 48.
48-yard line.
We got trips at the bottom of your screen, one receiver up top. Here is the handoff, and not much going this time for Glenn, who maybe got a half a yard, but he definitely got back to the line of scrimmage. Dominic Tucker and Aiden Lloyd checking into the game. Lemke comes out.
Number 60, Tate Miller.
And so does Dibdahl.
A lot of substitutions coming on the field.
Taking down to 10.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a different personnel or what, but it's usually when Lloyd comes in, Dibdahl usually comes out, or maybe it was Lemke. I'm not quite sure, but look, it's the same two guys each time. 2nd and 10. Nothing doing here. Once again, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Aiden Lloyd was the first one to get his hands on Glenn, and that'll bring up a big 3rd down here for both teams.
We've seen Aiden Lloyd play quite a bit in the last few weeks. As we saw him a lot against Washington. He can provide a lot of speed. He's a really good athlete. He's young, but this experience is big for him.
Not your typical size for a defensive end. 3rd and 10. Bad snap. Pass is tipped and incomplete, so the Lynx get a nice stop. Mostly because of a bad snap, but it'll be 4th down.
And it's going to bring on the punt team as the Lynx defense again with a big stop on that opening drive.
Punt formation. Number 6, Hartford.
Colbeck back to receive this one. Stevens is going to try to pin the Lynx deep. And the Lynx have not done well when they have a long field ahead of them. And this one, boy, a beautiful punt. You're going to get down to about the 8-yard line. That just tiptoed the sidelines and eventually.
It's about field position.
Yes, it is.
The Lynx are going to start with not the greatest field position, but I was going to point out in the first half is you look on these sidelines, if everybody can see the sidelines, the Lynx and Stevens sidelines, is a lot of the Stevens players are going both ways. And that's going to play a big part in the second half as we wear them down a little bit, and running the ball really wears down the defense.
Yeah, their two best wide receivers, or excuse me, one of their best wide receivers, Michael Norman, is playing both ways. The quarterback, Colton Hartford, is playing both sides of the football. Not every play, but several of them. Handoff to Johnson on the right side, and that's going to be a gain of 5. As Carroll checks back in. Hilton is in. Cilliason is out, as well as McCann, so just getting a breather, I'm assuming. Or maybe they're going to try and run some power football here with 2 tight ends. Here is Johnson. Eludes one man, but he just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
And they're dialing up some pressure, too, as number 33 blitz off the edge and made Tate slow down a little bit. So it's going to be a big 3rd down, because if you don't get the first down here, it's going to give Stevens, assumingly they'll receive good field position if we don't pick up the first down.
3rd down and 5. Colton throws it. Caught. Very close to a first down, but I think he's short.
Yeah, you're right. It's going to be about 1 yard. Interesting what's going to happen here.
Well, wait a minute here.
Kick up to Smith,
Okay,
number
now it is
33
fourth
on
down.
the
Well, now
tackle.
they're still trying to decide here.
Yeah, they're going to bring in the heavy package.
Yep.
They're going to bring in Jesse Steffel, number 42, and they're going to have a timeout, and that's actually going to help the coaching staff decide if they're going to go for it or not. I think prior to the measurement, they were thinking going for it.
And it is first down.
Well, that's a good measurement. You don't have to think about it.
After the
You just keep on moving the
That's-
chains.
That's about as close as they get.
Ball's on the 18-yard line.
So it'll be first down for the Lynx at the 18. Trying to rubber stamp this one with another touchdown, and that should pretty much blow the wind out of Rapid City Stevens' sails. But they got a long way to go to get there. Here is Jesse Steffel on first down, and he gets to the 24-yard line.
And you see the different running styles between Tate Johnson and Jesse Steffel. Yeah, with Tate, you're going to get a lot of cutting action back and forth. Jesse, he's going to hit that hole, and he's going to hit it with one gear, and that's fast.
Lightning and thunder.
Yeah. We saw it work last year in the playoffs.
Here's Jesse again. And he's going to be, once again, very close to a first down. It's going to depend on the spot. And they are going to move it. So another first down.
I like that as they're trying to integrate a little bit and giving Johnson a little bit of a breather as they sit there and bring in Jesse, and he picks up a first down for him. You know, you got to keep on running the rock, and that's what they're doing, and I like it.
First and 10 from the 27. Play fake. Tommy going deep, and it is incomplete. And there is no flags, but it did look like the defender was holding on to Carroll's hand. Couldn't get his arms up.
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, I do like that the refs are letting them play. I like that. But you could call it interference there. Obviously, there's a lot of hand checking going on, but they're letting them play. I like it.
Good spot right there, I think, for a deep shot. First down. Moving the ball well via the run. Vegans moves to the bottom of the screen. And as the handoff, not much going there. Maybe a half yard on the play. And Steffel is still in there, and they'll give him a yard and a half. And Johnson's going to come back into the game.
And they are chewing up the clock in the third quarter with 5 minutes to go, 14-0 Lynx over Stevens. We have a number 3 against a number 7 seed right now, currently, in the playoff picture. 8 teams go.
And once again, if the Lynx hold on, they will play Stevens a week from today, same time, same place. Tommy throws it left. Beautiful throw. That is a great throw. And a complete to Tate Johnson and a first down for the Lynx.
And we always talk about this running game, but Mr. Skolton can really, really chuck the ball, and he's proven it. He's proven it last year as he had a tremendous, tremendous playoff run, and then we know what happened in that playoff game.
They won.
Well, that championship game.
They won the whole GD thing, and it was great.
It was.
That's Vegans moving to the other side of the line. High formation, first down. Another play fake. Skolton throws it, and it's incomplete. Looked like he might have had Vegans. Is that who you were pointing at?
I was. They'll find him. A lot of pressure happening up front there. as that defensive line, the Rapid City Stevens defensive line is pretty good. I mean, I'm telling you, it's not real comfortable playing this team in the playoffs. I mean, they have some talent.
They do. 24 carries, 101 yards total for the Lynx. And here's Johnson. He's going to add to that and more. Down the left side, and he's finally taken down by Nesbitt. That's the big-time long run that we've been looking for.
As soon as I say they have a lot of talent, they do. Their defensive line's been playing well, and they bring the house, and it shoots them in the foot. And Tate Johnson in that offensive line exploit it for a big gainer.
Gain of 32 on that play. Four minutes to go here in the third. Johnson trying to push past Brock Myers, drags him for a short time, and it'll be about a 4-yard gain.
Johnson on his carry.
Bringing up 2nd and 6.
Ball spotted at the 23-yard line. 2nd down and 6.
Jesse Steffel into the game now with Wickersham, the fullback. Can out wide at the top of your screen. Cilliuson at the bottom. He's number 3. Steffel leapfrogs one man, gets inside the 15, and he's down to the 10-yard line. Boy, when he hits that hole, boy, does he ever. That is a powerful, powerful young man.
He is, and you're going to see that in the playoffs as both of them are going to run the ball. We know Jesse plays a lot of defense, and he's really good on that defensive side of the ball, but they're going to need both of them in the playoffs for the run. And it's a new season when you come to the playoffs, and it's all about going undefeated in that playoffs, and they're going to ride the tail of both of those players.
Here's Steffel up the gut, inside the 5, down to the 4.
Steffel on the carry.
And they're going to spot it at the 5.
5-yard gain. 2nd down.
Well, they want Steffel to get into the end zone here, I think. This is a full house backfield. Oof, Steffel gets caught right at the line of scrimmage.
And I do like that they're just staying true to it. They're just saying, okay, you got to stop us up front. We're going to go with our offensive line. You're going to go with your defensive line and see if we can stop it. Now, the passing game is going to become crucial here. To me, they're probably going to try to roll Skolton out here to the right.
Well, scoreboard operator Dean Pearson, I just heard him say he'd like a play action. And usually what Dean wants, Dean gets. So we'll see. I don't think he heard me. Skolton fires. End zone. Touchdown. Brandon Valley Lynx. Peyton Carroll scores. And the Lynx now lead it 20-0.
Yeah, and you know, with the Lynx maybe trying to, maybe they'll throw their complete playbook at them next week. But maybe they're just trying to be vanilla in this game because they may know that next week it may happen that the Lynx play this Rapid City Stevens team.
Extra point is good. And it is now 21-0 Brandon Valley, who are just starting to shut the door. They're starting to shut the door. Sorry.
We're laughing up here. I have my daughter as a visitor up here tonight, and she is in control, let's just say.
That's right.
Of her notepad. And
she's funny.
Yeah.
But, the Lynx, I mean, it's 21-0. It's like one of those baseball games, like, when the Twins are in the playoffs, and you see that they're down 2-0. It's 2-0. It might as well feel like it's 10-0. You know,
Right.
It just feels insurmountable. Don't look at me like that over there. They're terrible on the postseason play, and you know it. They will never win another playoff game ever.
If they spend
They
a
will
little
fold
money,
before they win another playoff
If they
game.
spend money on pitching, it will happen.
Yes, it will. It will. But this time, but as I was saying, this 21-0, it might as well be 49-0. It really does feel like we've kind of taken control here of this game, especially after that second touchdown.
And we have another big booming kick.
Mm-hmm. You can get into it, man.
He can, and so 21-0, like Kyle said, it's a game that the Lynx, and just talking about it, maybe they're not opening up the full playbook because they know that they're probably going to face this team next week and then open up that full playbook.
Mm-hmm. Hey, by the way, Justin Oakland of Oakland Homes is the builder and developer of the lake at Aspen Harbor in the heart of Brandon. Coming soon will be great building lots at the new Twin River Crossing development. Give Justin a call, 605-553-5311. First down for Hartford and Rapid City Stevens, and Hartford's going to take off and run with it, and he gets across the 20 to around the 21, maybe even the 22, and it'll be a gain of about 2 yards.
So think about this now. So Rapid City Stevens travels all the way here. Okay, now they got to go home tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Assuming they're going home tonight.
Oh, they got to go to school tomorrow, too. That sucks.
So now, a week from now, they got to make these student athletes have to make that same trip.
Oh. Ugh. Thankfully, they got a little bit of a nicer bus. It's not a school bus, thank God, but yeah, that's a long. Yeah, that's in one day too. That's tough.
In 1 week.
Well, yeah, I should say that, but like you're going up and back in the same day.
Yeah.
Which is tough, but they're going to say this one is caught by Keel. That'll be a first down for Rapid City Stevens, but even driving up to Minneapolis and back in a day is a lot. But I can't even imagine, because we go up to Twins games in the afternoon sometimes. That's an extra 3 hours in the car on top of that, on top of possibly losing.
Right.
That's not a good feeling. Pass is caught by Nesbitt. Again on a screen. They've run that play a few times. Jackson Hilton just shoving him out of bounds. And with 26 seconds left in this third quarter, and the Lynx leading by 3 scores, Rapid City Stevens has to get on the board on this possession to have any shot of staying in this game.
That's a good point. As the third quarter is about to end, they have a ton of pass plays, and we'll get them to you here in a little bit. But it's so heavy pass, and now they run. But a big stick by the middle linebacker, number 33.
Damian Chunky. Boy, that's a hard-hitting young man. He can really hit.
He has grown up in this season as we talked about the linebackers being a little undersized, in the beginning of the season, but they've grown up a lot.
Yes, they have.
Bill Thompson, your State Farm agent, is the person to talk to for all your personal and business insurance needs. Bill is located at 312 South Split Rock Boulevard, or give him a call at 605-582-4343. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Give Harry Buck with Hegg Realtors a call at 605-366-0221, or go to harrybuck.com for any and all of your real estate needs. Harry and the team at Hegg love turning dreams into addresses. Just remember the 3 rules of real estate: location, Harry Buck.
Did he write that himself?
I believe so.
Okay,
Ask his granddaughter that's sitting right next to me here.
Alliance Communication is the leading internet, cable, and phone provider in the Brandon area. Alliance customers have 100% fiber to the home, and that puts them light years ahead of most homes throughout the country. Go Lynx. At the First National Bank, their student checking account is perfect for those 25 and younger. It provides convenient access to tools like e-alerts and mobile banking while on the go. They are proud supporters of all things Brandon, like the new baseball complex, First National Bank Field at Aspen Park. 3rd down and 5. As we start the 4th quarter here, and it's now just turned into a 3rd down and 10 because of a false start penalty by the wide receiver.
And this defense is pitching that shutout. That defense has been on the brink of a shutout. We know against Washington, they gave up 7 points late. They'd like a big 0 going into the playoffs.
Hartford throws. Good throw. Pass is caught. Referee took a tumble on the play, but that was a beautiful throw to Branson Keel.
It was. No safety high. That's what you get in man coverage is the safeties are coming down. They're playing on the slots, the slot receivers, it looked like, because the Lynx blitzing, and the safeties are avoiding that area, and a big, big completion.
15 of 26, 154 yards, 2 interceptions today for Hartford. And this is a busted play. Hartford's going to throw it up deep. And it is intercepted by Jackson Hilton. Hartford's 3rd interception thrown of the game to 3 different defenders. Hilton gets his.
And that's the one player you just don't want to throw the ball up to or around because he's going to go find it. And Jackson Hilton with a big interception. You talked about 3 interceptions for the Lynx secondary so far, and that's been crucial because they're winning the turnover battle.
The Pizza Ranch is a proud supporter of Brandon Valley activities and offers the finest pizza in town. Bring the fam bam to their buffet before the game or order their delicious roasted chicken or pizza afterwards. 582-6322. They will deliver to your doorstep, tailgater, or wherever you are in town. 1st down and 10 for Brandon Valley. And here is the handoff to the left side. I couldn't tell if it was Johnson or Steffel, but it is Steffel, and that'll be a gain of 5 yards.
And they're giving Tate Johnson a little breather.
Yep.
And that's nice.
They certainly didn't get one 2 weeks ago.
No. What was it,
42.
42 carries? Whew. Yeah, and I don't know what he had last week against Harrisburg.
No, I'm not sure.
I'm sure it was a bunch.
All I saw were a couple of highlights. I didn't see any statistics. So 2nd down and 5. And fumble. Fumble on the play.
And they're pointing, and it's going to be a turnover.
Yep, Rapid City Stevens gets the ball. Fumbled by Jesse Steffel, recovered by the Raiders, and just as we were talking about shutouts, Rapid City Stevens gets some life here because they're going to have the ball right near the red zone.
It's time for that defense to
Show us what
really
they
tighten up.
Yes, sir.
They're almost in the red zone.
I don't think they'll be kicking any field goals from here.
The Brandon Community Foundation is a permanent charitable endowment that supports activities that improve the quality of life for all ages in Brandon and Valley Springs. For more information, go to the website at brandoncf.org.
So 1st down for Hartford, who gets to try and redeem himself here after his 3rd interception. He's going to throw it to the right. Pass is caught out of bounds as Nesbitt has another snag. He's been busy tonight. Gain of about 11 on that play to the 11-yard line.
Stops the clock. Now they're winding the clock back up.
First and 10 from the 11. Hartford throws it, caught, and a nice open field tackle as a catch was made by Michael Norman. And it was Joe Colbeck with a good tackle.
Well, being down 21-0, they're not in a hurry-up offense here. They are still huddling. It's surprising because you only have 10 minutes to go in the ball game.
Pistol formation here. with Glenn in the backfield. 4 wide receivers total, 3 out wide on the top of your screen, and they're just going to hand it off. And a nice run by Glenn. That's going to bring up a 3rd and about a yard. And this is definitely 4-down territory here.
The clock is not on their side as Rapid City Stevens. We're going to go under 9 minutes before they snap the ball.
Well, they don't seem to mind. Third down and 2. Hartford rolls. Touchdown. Hartford scores, and Rapid City Stevens gets on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, 8:45 to go, and so now you're going to see, and this game's not over, folks, by any means. Is that you got to hold on to the ball.
Yep.
I mean, if you're going to be committed to running the ball, you got to hold on to the ball, and that created a massive turnover on that side of the field with field position. And Rapid City Stevens takes advantage of it. Still 8:45 to go in the ball game.
Extra point is good, so it is now 21-7.
The Brandon Valley Journal is your local news source covering all 11 Brandon Valley sports every week with stories and photos. You can get all the news in print or online. So if you haven't already subscribed, do it today by calling 605-582-9999. Sign up for the Taco John's Rewards app on your phone for lots of deals and surprises. They have new and exciting products to choose from, and it's always made fresh just for you. The good folks at Taco John's want to thank you for your business. Go Lynx.
The Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce is a proud sponsor of Lynx TV. A strong local business community is vital for the positive growth of the Brandon Valley area. Remember, when you shop in Brandon, you support all things local. Go Lynx. Brandon Valley Athletic Booster Clubs are hardworking, dedicated supporters of all Brandon Valley athletic programs, including Lynx TV.
Sioux Valley Energy is the electric supplier for much of the Brandon Valley area and strong supporter of our community, including Lynx TV. They offer great service at reasonable rates. Go Lynx.
So Rapid City Stevens takes advantage of the turnover, as the Lynx have several times in this game. Jesse Steffel on the return here. And Steffel is going backwards, but that is going to make it so he can now go forward as he is out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Nice return.
Yeah, he redeems himself a little bit there from that fumble that was in the last possession, and he takes the kickoff for a big gainer. He is limping a little bit, so Johnson's going to come back out of the field with, I would always take this field position at any time, only to go 51 yards to the end zone.
And they will. First down for the Lynx. They're going to try and shut the door here. Here is Johnson, who falls forward across the 45. It's almost like right now, up 21-7 with this time to go. It's like when you close your door and you turn the knob and you push it in, but it doesn't quite click. We just need to give it that last kick to let her close. Or you can just, with your finger just push it and it'll close too. But I prefer kicking it.
That's a good analogy.
Thank you. I just thought about it.
Where'd that was good.
Thank you. Second down and about 7. Second down and about 3 after the gain of 7. And they're going to give it to Johnson here. And he's going to be close to a first down. He goes out of bounds, so the clock will stop. Well, now that they're saying it will not stop because it's going to be third down. If he goes out of bounds, why if he goes out of bounds did the referee have his arm moving to keep the clock moving? I thought if he went out of bounds, the clock stops.
It must have been the momentum thing, but it's going to stop with a player down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we just got information they want to watch the Vikings.
Yeah, the referees even want to watch the Vikings. So they're just like, keep that thing moving. This is a waste. But it's not a waste for these kids. Now it should be an exciting game. The Vikings are up 3-0. Let's be honest, though, folks. There's 7 minutes to go. You can miss a little bit more of the first quarter, okay? Just relax.
Yeah,
Stay with us. And if you have to pre-record, from now until the rest of the Vikings game, that's what you're going to have to do because you're going to want to watch the rest of this. And I know if you're not watching, and I know if you change the channel, and I know where you are. So you better be listening and watching us. It's not a threat. I'm just saying.
It's going to be a big third down here.
Yes, it is. 3rd and 3. They call it a third. Yep, 3rd and 2. My apologies. Play fake. Vegans is open, and he dropped it. Oh, he dropped it, and it was a little bit underthrown.
Yeah. Well,
again, he was open.
They went for the shot. It was there. You hit him in stride. I'm not saying he's going to catch it, but he's not going to come back for the ball there. He's going to probably walk into the end zone. But it's going to bring up a big 4th down, 7:22 to go. Lynx need to grab this first down and not give the ball back to Rapid City Stevens.
4th and 2. Johnson. I think he's short.
So Stevens is going to get the ball back, down 2 scores.
Wow.
A lot of time left, folks.
Now all of a sudden they went from running out of time to now the Lynx are worried about the time. So.
Well, and also you gotta think about the clock's on your side. Use the clock. Continue to run the ball. Continue to run it. And I know the shot's there. That shot for the tight end we talked about it in the first quarter, but that ultimately stopped the clock also, and saved some time for that Rapid City Stevens team.
Well, these guys know a lot more about football than I do, but there's a time and a place, and that just didn't feel great as a time. Pass to the left side is caught, and it is going to be a first down for Norman, who gets across midfield, and I'm starting to sweat a little bit here. I'm starting to feel it a little bit.
Well, it's, in this passing game, sometimes your secondary also. Remember, when you're throwing the ball a lot, your defense is going to wear a little bit. Your secondary especially, because they're chasing a lot. Mm-hmm. And they've been in a lot of man coverage all game.
First down from the 43. And this one is dropped. We saw 2 drops early in this game. And we haven't really seen anything since by Rapid City Stevens. So they've really clamped it down. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That's going to stop the clock. Their average for completion has been around 5. And so if that should play, and I'm trying to figure out the clock and how they're averaging, you don't want to give up the big play here.
Here is the handoff and a nice open field tackle made by number 54, Eli Klein. And the Lynx really needed that. That's about a loss of 3 yards.
This has to be 4-down territory for Stevens, and the defense has to know that. Coach Christensen needs to know that. And so dial up a heavy blitz. Don't let that quarterback get comfortable. Make sure he stays in the pocket because he can use his wheels.
3rd and 13, biggest play of the game so far.
Timeout.
And Rapid City Central is going to call a timeout.
With 6:03 to go, still a ball game. The Lynx offense is kind of sputtered here. 1 touchdown in the second half. We're used to big, explosions on offense from this Lynx team in the second half, and you just haven't seen that this half. And so we'll see with 6 minutes to go. Like I said, football in the football world, when you have timeouts, and Stevens just burnt one of them, that's a lot of time, and you just never know. We're not picking up first downs on offense, and that's always a killer. And especially with a heavy passing team, it's not foreign to them to throw the ball.
Right.
And right now they're forced to throw the ball, so you're playing into their hand. Defensively, we already knew coming into this game they're going to throw the ball. They're not going to run.
Yep.
So nothing's changing. Now it's just who's going to step up and play ball now.
So it'll be 3rd and 13. Remember, if the Lynx hold on and win, they will play Thursday next week, Halloween, 6 o'clock, against this very same Rapid City Stevens team. If they lose, they'll play at 7 o'clock on Thursday. Hartford. Lloyd's trying to get to him. He's going to run, and he is going to get the first down, or at least be very close.
They're going to mark him short.
They are? Okay.
But that's a big gainer.
Yes, it is.
We talked about containing him.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You cannot collapse.
Yeah.
As a defensive end there, you have to contain him because he can use his wheels. I'm surprised that they don't roll him out more to try to use those wheels back there.
And my apologies. When I said he got the first down, apparently he stepped out of bounds before he started the dive. So I thought he dove and got to the mark, but he did not. So 4th down and 3, huge play. Biggest play of the game. Hartford looking, throwing, knocked away, incomplete. Great defensive play.
Big defense. Now your offense comes onto the field. They need to control the line of scrimmage here. That offensive line. I'm not talking about the running backs, nothing like that. I'm talking about the offensive line. The offensive line can control the next 5 minutes and 44 seconds of this ball game by controlling the line and just picking up chunks of yards. And that's what they need to do.
Great play by Joey Nemec to knock that one away. He's already got an interception today as well. And I apologize if his parents or any relatives are watching because I called him Nemec all season. It's Nemec. And I will get it right next year because next year he'll be a senior. No problem.
Perfect. So it's a gain of 2. The that defensive line's for Stevens is really picking up some intensity here, and the offensive line's not getting good push off the line of scrimmage. So you have to here because you have 2 timeouts remaining for Stevens. We're not worried about what the Lynx have for timeouts because they don't want to burn a timeout. But defensively, what has been the difference is I just think they're playing good gap control, and that's that defensive line. Also, they're putting about 8 in the box to 9 now.
2nd and 8. Skolton dumps it. Caught by Wickersham. Big first down. Stay in bounds, young man. And he will not, but that is a big-time game for Luke Wickersham. Down to the 32-yard line. That is a big play.
It was play action. Skolton finds his fullback, and when you have a fullback that can catch the ball out of the backfield, plus he does a heck of a job blocking, he's kind of the unsung hero. He's really what, with the Vikings, with C.J. Ham, he does all the dirty work, and Wickersham is rewarded with a big catch and first down there.
So 4:42 left in the game now. Here's Johnson, spins, and he does fall forward for maybe 2 yards. And eventually, with 2 timeouts left for Stevens, as we've said, they got to start thinking about when they want to use these if they want to. Because they need to get a stop on this set of downs, or else they might be toast. Warm, buttery toast.
Lynx just keep on driving. Keep making that clock move.
2nd and 9. Getting close to under 4 to go here. Skolton, he's going deep for Vegans. Oh, my. It's intercepted. And out of bounds is Michael Norman. They're pinned deep. Interesting play call as they try to go for the jugular, and they end up giving Rapid City Stevens the ball back.
All right. So now we're back to Stevens' ball as number 5, Norman's been playing big this whole game.
Great player.
On offense and defense.
The good news for the Lynx is 3:55 to go, up 2 scores, and you have your you got your opponent backed up to the 5-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 5. Hartford going to try and change that quick, and it is just out of the reach of Nesbitt. Boy, that was close, my friends. We could be talking about a 21-14 game right now.
With a lot of time.
With
2
yep.
timeouts.
Yep.
And they're trying for the big strike, and they're that close. So you almost have to play almost a prevent defense here. I would suspect that Coach Christensen buries his safeties back and just there's 3:48 to go. Don't let the big play happen. Keep everything in front of you.
On 2nd down, pass is caught. And out of bounds is Nesbitt. Actually, they're going to say before he went out of bounds, his momentum stopped. So the clock continues to run under 4 minutes. We're at 3:30 now. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2.
So defensively, you're talk about with the blitzing and stuff, then you're susceptible to the big pass play, and sometimes you have to bring heat against this quarterback. You can't make him comfortable.
And he was stuck in the backfield. Another great defensive play. Damian Shunke was in there. And so was Dante Miller. And that'll push them back on a 4th down here. It's going to be 4th and about 4.
And so to me, this is the play of the game. You stop them here, it's pretty much over, and they're going to call timeout. And that's going to be Stevens.
And once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Justin Oakland of Oakland Homes, Bill Thompson, your State Farm agent, Harry Buck with Hague Realtors, Alliance Communication, First National Bank, the Pizza Ranch of Brandon, Brandon Community Foundation, the Brandon Valley Journal, Taco John's, Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, the Brandon Valley Athletic Boosters Club, and Sioux Valley Energy.
Thank you all. And like we've said a lot of times here is that the reason we're able to do this is because of these sponsors that Kyle just read off to you.
And we appreciate it.
So do we have a Viking score yet?
3-3.
3-3. I do see that they're picking on Xavier Rhodes quite a bit. He had a pass interference.
Of course he did.
Boy, that's been...
In other news, the turf is green. The sky is blue.
And we got a 4th and 4 in this ball game.
4th and 4. You mean the real game?
Yeah.
Hartford out of the shotgun. Game on the line. Now he's going to go back the other way. And he is going to get stuck. Right near the 1-yard line. He was stuck, and the Lynx are going to get the ball back right around the 2 to 1 yard line.
And that will do it, folks. I'm going to tell you right now, that is a big, big defensive stand as the offense turns the ball over for the Lynx. Defense comes on, doesn't allow that first down, and it gives the Lynx offense tremendous, almost the best field position you can get by a yard or 2.
Well, they pushed it back to about the 3. In the scrum, I thought maybe it was around the 1, but no, it wasn't. Full house backfield. Johnson. Not going to get there this time. They're not going to use their timeout, at least yet. And it will bring up a 2nd and goal from the 3.
Myers on the stop, number 34.
So that's going to bring the clock down to about 2:10.
2nd and goal.
21-7. Lynx are going to hold on to the 3rd place, I believe, in the standings in 11 AAA here going into the playoffs. Kyle pointed out a home playoff game on Halloween night.
Should be fun. 2nd down. Steffel pushing. And he is going to be short again as we are now under 2 minutes to go here. And the Lynx are, like you said, going to hold on to that number 3 spot. And we'll be live for you here. I think regardless, it will be, barring some sort of weird miracle, unbelievable miracle that would virtually never happen. That will be next week. Will be our last home game of the year.
And so as these playoffs, I'm going to tell you folks, are wide open for especially the top 4 seeds. It's anybody's playoffs, and that's exciting for Lynx football and Lynx
Steffel
fans.
Up the gut, and he is in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Brandon Valley Lynx.
That's going to put it to 3 scores. We talked about the playoffs. We can look ahead of the playoffs now.
Exactly.
And don't you believe, Kyle, it's a four-team race.
Kind of feels like it.
Yeah, you look at Harrisburg that we just beat at their house. You look at Roosevelt. You look at Lincoln. And you can probably throw a Gorman in there with us, so
yeah.
Maybe 5. But that's truly, it's going to be exciting playoffs. Let's just put it that way. And a lot of it's going to be the one good thing. And we're predicting this here. Now it's 28-7 as the extra point's good. Is that it's all drivable for all of our fans.
Yep.
I mean, next week, obviously, being at home, and we don't know what will happen with the other games, but assume that the other seeds win, the top seeds. You know, everything's going to be played in Sioux Falls.
Yep.
And so we know these Lynx fans, you Lynx fans, us, we'll be there to cheer them on.
Yes,
but
definitely.
But we can't look ahead from the first round of the playoffs.
Got to beat these guys again.
Right. Great game.
Yeah, felt like we were stuck in quicksand every once in a while there, but yeah, we found a way to win. Got an MVP in mind?
You know, it's really hard. Tate Johnson had 2 touchdowns, and Jesse had 1, but let's give it to Coach Garrow and the coaching staff.
That's exactly what I was just going to say.
As they're now 7-2 on this season, another winning season, regular season, and a top 3 seed, and breaking records like last week, 119 wins. Well, this puts it at 120 for Coach Garrow.
Yep.
So hats off to that coaching staff. The coaching staff's been tremendous. They always are tremendous, and they're certainly leading this team to big things, and I think we have a real good chance as we head into the playoffs.
Always a chip, chair, and a chance. So 47 seconds to go. Oh, I need this. Hartford's going to throw it to the right. Pass is caught by Nesbitt. And they're going to stop the clock here with 40 seconds to go.
From Hartford. Ethan House with the tackle, number 8 for Grand Valley.
So we want to thank our sponsors as all the tremendous support that they are giving everybody. We'll be back live on Lynx TV next week as this game's boiling down to about.
Uh-oh.
And we're getting a little.
Don't know if you can hear us right now. Pass is incomplete. There we go.
Oh, it's yeah.
Hello. Okay, there we go.
Right.
That's better.
So,
we don't know if you could hear us or not, but we were getting a buzzing noise in our ears. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and so that's gonna be where we're going to stand, I believe, as the third seed, unless something happens with these top 2 seeds above the Lynx. You're going to see this team, Stevens' team, back on this field on Halloween night, and we're going to bring it live to you.
And we cannot wait. Final score as both teams are getting ready to shake hands. Final score here from Brandon Valley, 28-7. The Lynx take down Rapid City Stevens, and they will see Stevens on Thursday, 6 o'clock, right here on Lynx TV and Brandon Valley High School. Ken, let's go watch some Vikings football, shall we?
All right, everybody have a good night.